Welcome to the eWay-CRM tutorial series. Today, we will follow up on the previous videos and introduce other abilities of how to configure your CRM. This time, we will learn how to set up the module permissions. We at eWay-CRM pay big attention to security. This is why we prepared a truly complex permission configurator. It allows you to set up rights to user groups, and by assigning users to groups, they inherit their settings. If you change permissions to any group, all users from within that group will obviously be affected. If one user belongs to more groups, the affected permissions are calculated as a combination of both groups. In most of the cases, the higher permission wins. For example, if somebody belongs to a group management, which is authorized to see all contacts, and also to a group sales rep, which is authorized to see only their own contacts, they will be able to see all contacts because we consider all to be higher than only my. Enough theory, let's have a look at how it works in practice. Log into the Admin Center and click Module Permissions. The permission editor is available in different sections of the Admin Center, but this one is the most obvious. You will get a list of available user groups, and if you click on any, you will get a list of all modules and their permissions. Let's have a look at Project Manager. What do we have? The first column is the name of the module. Others represent the individual operations you can perform. In the column View, you define what items the user can see in their eWay-CRM. If we use the module Contacts as an example, it means what contacts they can see: all, just some of them, or none. In the column Create, you define if users can create new items, contacts in our example. In the column Edit, you can specify what items can be edited by users of this group. The column Delete says what items can be removed. You can use the column Export to restrict the export option. By exporting, we mean export to Excel, copy to Windows Clipboard, and in the case of contacts, even the ability to sync them with Outlook. To put it short, by restricting the export, we will do whatever we can to prevent users from stealing your data. By setting up the history, you can manage the access to the history of items changes, and the column number of visible rows is very interesting. It allows you to specify how many records users can see at once. Users can search through the complete database, for example, contacts. But if you only allow them to see 10 contacts at once, they won't get more than 10 results no matter what. It's like a view from a train window. You can only see just a small part of the outside, but never the whole landscape. This feature is great if you need to give somebody an access to your complete database but want to make sure your data stays protected. You can click into any cell and choose from the list of available options. We have a legend below the table, but let's quickly go through it. All is straightforward. If we use contacts as an example and the activity view, it means that people can see all of the contacts. Related to the same categories users are members of is great for territories. You will create a category East Coast and assign it to a user. If you also assign the very same category to some contacts, the user will only see these contacts. It's simple like that. Related to contacts, companies, deals, or projects users can see is very powerful. Let me give you an example. Let's imagine that users can only see contacts listed in the category East Coast. If you set this permission up for journals, users will only see journals that are related with contacts, companies, deals, or projects they can see. In our example, journals related to contacts from East Coast. If you allow them to see a new contact, they will automatically get all related journals. Just remember that they will see all journals that are related to contacts or companies or deals or projects they can see. If you allow them to see all contacts, all companies, all deals, and all projects, they will basically see all journals as well, because we consider all journals to be linked with something. Related to users is quite simple. They can see all contacts that are related directly with them. It's great if you want to give access to items one by one. Typically, we use it for projects, and by assigning somebody to a team, they will get the access to work with the project. Own items is even simpler. If somebody is listed as the item owner, they will see the contact. If they are not, the contact is hidden. That's it. None or Hide module removes you the access to the module at all. In fact, it will hide the icon from all toolbars and tabs. This permission is sometimes used if you want to make eWay-CRM really simple. You just hide all unnecessary modules. We are looking at the role Project Manager, so what do we have here? We can see all companies and contacts. We can also create them and edit them with no limitations. We can't delete them. We can only see deals related to us, so if we need to work with a deal, somebody needs to add us to the list of users. The same for projects. Similarly, we can check the rest of the modules. Feel free to change the permissions for a certain role and try it for yourself. There's nothing to be worried about. Just one thing. If you change a configuration for some group, it can take a couple of minutes until their database is updated, so please be patient. Let's give it a try. We are in a demo account and our user is a member of project managers. Because we use the module contacts as an example throughout this whole video, let's stick with it. Project managers can see all contacts. We will change the view permission to own and remove the ability to create and delete contacts. Let's see what happened. If we switch to eWay-CRM and go to contacts, we can only see the ones with our user as the owner. We can't create new contacts and neither can we delete. It's simple. If you are a larger company with plenty of users, you may like the feature Effective Permissions. Let's have a look at it. Click on Users and select somebody. Click on this button in the toolbar to get a list of module permissions as we already know it. There are two differences though. The list is read-only and it shows the target permission. If a user belongs to more groups, you can find out what group makes the effective permission. Just hover your mouse over an item to get details. To the right, there is a list of all groups. You can instantly remove our user from a group and put them somewhere else. This feature is great in bigger teams where you need to set up complex permissions. One last thing. We have something else you might like and it's kind of related to permissions. It's the ability to mark an item as private. If you open a record, it's done by this button. The item will then become available only for people listed in the tab Users. Even administrators can't see it. This feature is great if you need to make sensitive minutes or want to protect an important contact from the rest of your team. That is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, you can like it on YouTube. If you wish to learn more about eWay-CRM, you can also visit our blog or social networks. You can also contact us at support@eway-crm.com. We are ready to help you. Thank you for your attention, have a nice day, and don't forget, be effective with eWay-CRM.